The whole world has come to a standstill. Public places have been closed, and people have been instructed to stay home for precautionary measures. Although time has seemingly halted from an outer perspective, many individuals' personal and work lives have become extremely turbulent. Some who have been subjected to a greater risk are those who work in the restaurant industry. Coronavirus is a highly contagious virus that has already infected over 1 million people in the United States alone. Being easily transmittable through the air we breathe and the surfaces we touch, any individual is capable of getting it and spreading it onto the next. Certain precautions, such as keeping a distance of at least 6 feet from others, as well as stay-at-home orders, have been put in place in order to keep the pandemic controlled. California's Governor Gavin Newsom implicated stay-at-home orders in mid-March of 2020, hoping to gain early control of the virus. Newsom states that only essential businesses will remain open. Among these essential businesses are restaurants, many of which have to consider whether to stay open and to try to survive the pandemic, or to close their business and risk permanent damage.
When it was announced, the closure due to the virus, I would say that my first reaction was just being terrified. Because just not knowing, we didn't have very much information. We were just told everything was shutting down. And for a small business owner, that's frightening on so many levels. I have had a difficult time getting various different products, food and supplies wise.
We were told, we were given 12 hours from the Bay Area counties saying, I think it was Monday, March 16th at 1 or 2 o'clock. We were told tonight is your last service. You're not allowed to open the restaurants tomorrow on Tuesday. The warning period was so short that we lost thousands of dollars of food. It's been very hard emotionally and also financially. It was very emotional having to lay off 80 to 90% of our staff. Overnight almost.
Many restaurant owners have had to dramatically change what a normal day at work looks like, increasing sanitary measures and providing different methods of distribution such as delivery or pickup services.
We had to really dive 100% into, focusing on being safe and making sure the guests felt like we were being safe. It started off with just spraying everything down all the time and washing hands and not touching faces, and everyone's wearing masks, obviously. Masks have been going on for about 10 days now where everyone wears masks 100% of the time.
The health department basically gave us guidelines to follow for how to stay open safely. We were considered an essential business, but we could only do takeout or delivery.
Loan programs such as the Payment Protection Program that possesses over $350 billion worth of funding have given businesses with less than 500 employees loans of up to 2.5 times their monthly payroll costs. This loan has the potential to be completely forgiven, only if 75% of the loan is spent on payroll and the other 25% on operating expenses.
It's a forgivable loan. So they give you money, and if you use that money in a certain way, they have criteria. If you use the money to pay salaries and to pay rent with it and to pay benefits for your employees, you don't have to give it any back. It's forgiven. But we've kept everybody. We haven't had to let anyone go.
How I've been using the disaster loans and the PPP loans for my business has been an interesting process. I did receive them after literally a week of filling out the forms every day. It was a 3-hour to 4-hour a day process.
I got the loan in the second round of funding. It's the PPP loan. So I'm using it for my payroll and for my rent. And as long as I can maintain that many employees, and I'm still in business in 2 years, then the loan would be forgiven.
One of the stipulations is that you have to spend 75% of your loan on payroll, and you have to bring 100% of your full-time employees back to work, which is not easy because my staff doesn't really want to come back to work for several reasons. One is, A, we're not open. Number two, they probably don't feel safe to spend time in an environment where there's 20, 30 employees working together. And number three, they're making good unemployment money and they get to stay at home.
So the question was grappling with, do you stay open or not?
The sports bar, Mosley's Sports and Spirits, is not going to make it. When you're a small business, you don't have enough money sitting in the bank to hang on and to pay your rent and to keep your employees.
Throughout April, I really worried, can I sustain this at such a significant change in income?
So that was super emotional and scary. My income is, like many others, is solely coming from the restaurant business. And this virus will change our industry for maybe forever, for a long, long time.
The message I would send to the community is to be kind and understanding to small business.
What I would ask people to do is continue doing what they're doing and hopefully donate the way they have been, to us, and allow us to go ahead and feed people.
The most helpful thing for my business in April, when all of this was really difficult, I would say the community, the people of Mill Valley,